today we're going to start off with the speciphilium. I did it, speciphilium. The speciphilium, also classically known as the peace lily, peace lily, my peace lily. Okay, so, and of course, I just watered this, so this plant is really heavy. I'll tell you guys about the peace lily. I've had this particular peace lily going on 2 years now. This particular one. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I had one other peace lily that I purchased before this one. I picked up at Lowe's, and that one I killed. And we'll talk about how I killed it in a second. I actually picked this one up at by Lowe's grocery store. And I was able to get it, I think I may have only had this, yes, over a year. So yeah, it's going on 2 years. But I picked this up at By Lowe's grocery store, and I've had it for maybe, and I was able to get it for 60% off because it was in such bad shape. So I got this peace lily for $7. And I remember that because of the lady who marked it down. It's not something that they commonly do, and you know, so that was really sweet of her. And this peace lily is just so full. It's so full. This that you see here is a bloom that's spent. And with these, I like to, they're attached to the leaves, so I don't pull them out or anything. Eventually, it'll fall off. So it is a really full, beautiful plant. And it was so sickly when I got it. And here are some of the old leaves. I think this is one of them. I had all these yellow spots all over it. But the peace lily in general. Oh, before I talk about my peace lily, let me show y'all this shirt. Hold on. I found this shirt. I was digging in my closet, looking for something to wear and looking for stuff to donate. And I found this shirt. And it is such a cool shirt. Y'all, look. We got, I think that's a swan walking on floating leaves. I own 3 peace lilies. This one was the first one I kept alive. Successfully have kept alive and has given me very little issues. And it's still spitting out new growth right now. And I have learned along the way of what to do and what not to do. So if you watched my first 3 videos, those were easy plants. The 4th and 5th video and the 6th one coming up will be what I would call medium difficulty plants. And so some people would disagree with me on this, but I lump the peace lily right in that medium category because you will be successful at the peace lily once you figure it out. And then, like anything else, your routine becomes a habit, and that habit becomes easy. But if you do not know, it is very easy to kill a peace lily, and simply by overwatering it. So if you are a beginner, like someone who has never ever dealt with plants, and maybe you've only had 1 or 2 plants, I would not start off with a peace lily because you're not comfortable, because the peace lily, you can kill it in 1 watering, and you really can. You really can kill it and think you won't kill it. Like, you can literally water your peace lily at night and give it too much water and wake up the next day and it's dead. And you're like, Latanya, you're exaggerating. Stop scaring these people. Y'all, I'm only speaking from what I know, okay? I know this because I've done this. That's exactly what happened to me. So that's why, I mean, I knew that if I overwatered it, I would kill it, but I thought that meant don't water it more than once or twice in a week, and just make sure. Now I completely wait for signs to water this plant. Like, okay, I watered this plant a few hours ago, and the leaves are starting to perk back up. But I will not water a peace lily. These leaves have to be, they have to be, they can't be standing like, see, this is too high. My peace lily, let's see if I can get on camera. The way these leaves are standing, like you thinking they're bent over now. They're not bent. These leaves are not bent. These leaves are standing up too high. If I had got to this plant today and it was like this, it would not have gotten watered from me. This plant these leaves have to be dramatic. They have to be dramatically sloshed down in order for me to water it. And that's because I've killed one overnight before. So when people say you can't kill a peace lily, it's an easy plant, I would say it's easy as long as you know certain things. One, it would be a lot harder to kill this one overnight because it's a larger plant. But I'm just gonna set that off to the side. But here is my variegated version. Okay, my variegated version I may have had for 6 months, and I think this one is the newest leaf that it's come out with. Now, you know I'm all about the honesty. This was the first sign that told me I was overwatering it, because if it was underwatered, you will see a little browning at the tip. And I've done that before, but this is the way that water spot came in on this leaf is getting way too much water, and so I have to fall back. This thing is light. It is light. It is light. It will tell me, here's the meter. I'll stick the meter down in it, and let me tell y'all, let me get it right in the center for you. Come on. Let me tell you. This meter is saying, okay, it's heading to the dry side. It's not quite there yet. It's going. I'm still not watering this. I am not watering this plant. I probably will. No, I won't. I won't water it today. I will give it one more day. It will have a Sunday. Not someday. It will have another day where it will just be completely like this. And tomorrow morning, and this is the only plant, the peace lily is the only plant that I actually pay attention of making sure I water it in AM time. Like, because most people, they'll tell you, the best time to water your plants is in the morning time. I don't do that with all of my plants. I've watered plants at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The peace lily is not forgiving like that. It is not. So I will water this plant in the AM, okay? In the AM, and I wait for it to be dry. And even so, like it's dry, these leaves, they're still sticking up. This one is sticking up too high. I need it to, and even then, it won't get a lot. It will not get a lot of water. It'll just get enough water to where, how I like to just let the water just drain through. Immediately, once that starts happening, it's done. Try not to use tap water. These are very sensitive. Okay, I'm ranting about the watering. Let me move on. Common plant. Yes, you will find these plants. Not this one. Just knock the stuff over. The peace lily, you will find this several times throughout the year. You will see this in your big box stores, and you will see a ton of them in unexpected box stores. I've seen peace lilies at Target. Target, the Targets here, they don't have a garden section year round. But I picked this one up at Lowe's. I don't remember what holiday it was, but you'll see these mostly during Mother's Day and Easter, and they are fabulous plants. What would I avoid about these plants? Let me tell you something. These are very poisonous plants for your cat, and have been known to the point they're so poisonous that they can actually kill your cat. So I wouldn't get one. I really wouldn't. Just being perfectly honest with you. If you have a cat, avoid this plant. Avoid it. Avoid all lilies. No lilies for kittens. That is just the best thing that I can say to you, because it will kill them. I mean, depending on how much they inject, I did my research on it, and I don't own a cat, but if I had a cat, if I did own a cat and I didn't know that, I would get rid of my peace lily. I would, because if you love your pet as much as I love my pets, the hell with these plants. Screw that. The plants would be gone. I would find them a good home. That's just how dangerous it is. So no lilies for kittens. So this plant is the variegated kind. This is rare. So this is rare. I looked to see if I can find some. I picked this one up online, and I'm trying to remember what website I got it from. It was either, I don't remember. It was either Hertz Garden or it was Peppermill Greenhouse, or Pepper's Greenhouse. I don't remember. But it's not there on either one of those sites now. So this is the variegated version of the peace lily, is rare. And I have a huge peace lily downstairs that I have recently picked up. Y'all, I am cheap when it comes to peace lilies. I will only buy them when they are very inexpensive. Like this big guy here, I picked up on clearance for $6. The bigger one that I have downstairs, I picked it up on clearance for $10. And this one I picked up online. I don't remember exactly, but it was under $10. And this one here, because of the size of it, and it's grown a lot. It was very small when I got it. But because of the size of it, this is the one that you can kill overnight. This is the sucker you will water too much, and you will find it dead when you wake up. So that's what I'm telling you, you know. One thing you should know about peace lilies is repotting. You don't have to repot for a while. They like to be really root bound. A little root bound in there is a good thing. I say repot your peace lily when it's drinking the water so fast. In a couple of days, the water is gone. Your roots have no more room, and it's time to get some new soil in there and some minerals in there. Fertilizing. Be careful with fertilizing. I have fertilized my peace lily too much, actually. And this is just a sure sign of that. This bloom here, because this is a bloom, but you see how green it is? That's a sign of I've given it too much fertilizer. And so it doesn't require as much fertilizer as other ones did. So I will not, now the foliage is great. Don't get me wrong, the foliage just come out great. But it doesn't need as much fertilizer as, so I'm going to go with this one. Since I've done this, I won't fertilize it anymore this season, and I may fertilize it maybe at the middle of autumn. But then the fertilizer that it's going to get, I'm just going to give it coffee grounds because of that. This should be white and it's green. It's just a sure sign that I'm giving it too much. Propagating. I have not propagated any of my peace lilies. I'm checking. But I would propagate this the same way. It's part of that family, anthuriums, spathariums. And I've just seen the best way with that family is just to really just divide it. Just divide it. They have babies, they have pups, and that is just the best thing to do for them to just go on with getting more of them. Could this one be divided? It can be, but I really like a really full, bushy peace lily. So I won't be dividing this anytime soon. And I'm very selfish with my peace lilies because peace lilies are the #1 air cleaning plant. It really does clean your air and takes toxin out. And I do suffer from allergies, and my allergies have not felt so much better than this spring. So if you haven't gotten a peace lily, you should go out and get one. And if you have a cat, you should just walk away from them. All lilies. And just keep in mind that I can consider this a low plant. Oh, I didn't talk about the lighting. Low light plant. This is a low light plant. You should take this plant to your office. You do not need windows for this. This plant will be okay in fluorescent lights to someone. It's incredible. It actually thrives in low light. Now, when I say fluorescent lights, I mean don't just have one or two. Have it in a bright room with some fluorescent lights in there. And if you want to have an air cleaning plant in your office space, this is the one that I would recommend. So take this plant to your office, put it on your desk, and it will do fine. I would do a wrap up, but we're kind of over our time. So just keep in mind that low lights This is a medium plant to me because the smaller the plant, the easier it is to kill. You can overwater it very easily, so wait until the leaves have completely like just bent down, like droopy, just really, really droopy, and that's the great sign to put the water in. It's a clean air plant. Let the soil dry out between watering. And I can't say this enough. Keep it away from cats. Keep your cats away from your peace lily. Okay, guys, I'll see you next time for more planting and drinking. Bye, y'all.